So does it really matter what golf ball you're playing with? Because that's a question that I am getting asked a lot. What ball should I be playing with? And I thought to myself, does it actually really matter? We need to answer that question, because unless you're a tour pro and you can control your swing to that perfect iota, and you know that your 52-degree wedge is going 122 yards and you want to spin it back 4 yards, is playing a low-end ball versus a premium ball really going to affect your game that much? And I think there's two areas where we need to answer that question. So let's get into the video right now and answer them for you. So what I've done is I've got three types of golf balls. We've got, and this is however you want to classify them, as high, medium, low, or whatever, but we've got more of your budget golf ball, a Titleist Velocity, which, you know, as it says on the packet, is designed for longer distance, low long game spin, great iron stability, and high flight on all shots. Then I've got a mid-range ball, which is the Titleist Tour Speed. That on the box is saying that it's exceptional distance, penetrating flight on long game shots, precision scoring control, and a soft feel. Then we've got the new Pro V1 for 2021, which on their box, longer distance, very low long game spin, consistent flight, increased drop and stop greenside control, and an even softer feel. So we go for almost from like a firmish feeling, not spinning around the green so much, but good low spin with the long clubs. Gets a little bit softer, spins a little bit more around the green, low spin round off the driver and the long irons. Then when we get into that premium one, we've got all of it. We've got the full package. It's really soft, it spins loads around the greens, we've got a controlled flight, we've got low spin with the driver. But like I say, unless we're that tour player, does this really matter? So we're going to put that to the test. I'm going to hit 3 shots with each golf ball from 60 yards to a flag. Then I'm going to get my driver out and I'm going to hit another 3 shots and see what the numbers are saying, to see if it really stacks up. Does it really matter? Because if they're super tight and you're a 18 handicapper is spending £4.50 or £10, well, probably £12.50 now, is it worth that money? Who knows? Let's get into it. We're going to start off with the premium one. We're going to go with the Pro V1 and see what these are saying. So for the test, I'm using my GC2, and the number we're going to be looking at really, around the green ones especially, is that spin number. Carry distance is all down to me. Obviously we've got to take into account strike, but we're going to look at that spin. We should see that with this 60-yard pitch, the premium one, we should generate more backspin because we want that drop and stop from it. So 58 degree, I'm going to use the same club each time, try and play the same shot. Let's see if the truth is what it says on the packet. 60 yards, come on. It's about 1 inch away. Interesting there. 6,500. I would expect it round about to be 7,000, well, 6,000 to 7,000 on this sort of length of shot, 60 yards with a 58 degree wedge. Let's rifle through these next 2. God, even that spun back. That's 3 with the Pro V. We're going to go 3 with the Tour Speed, see what happens with the spin numbers here. Like we say, expecting maybe a little bit of a drop as we go through it. But will that be the case? Oh wow, that pops up in the air. That was the best one I've hit with the Tour Speed. Interesting numbers there. So third and finally, the Titleist Velocity. Is it going to change? Is that spin going to be lower? It's saying on the box it's not like the Pro V, it's not the real greenside control one, so let's find out. God, that's really popped up. Wow, that had a lot of run on it. That had a serious amount of run. That one won't have any spin on it because it was a pure duff, so I'm going to hit another one. Can't believe how much that goes up in the air. A little bit longer, but backspin. Okay, so that's the wedge test done. Very interesting findings there for myself. From a feel perspective, as I went down from sort of Pro V1 down to the velocity, as I was getting like tour speed, then the velocity, they were feeling really springy off the face and that they almost just jumped into the sky. And that's quite evident by the launch angle. As we were going down the balls, like I say, the launch angle was getting higher and higher. It was 33 with the Pro V, 37 degrees on average with the tour speed, then 38 with the velocity. Now, like I said, backspin is what I was looking at in this category, because what I noticed when I went to collect the balls was that my Pro V1s were all pretty close together, similar sort of distance, as where the tour speed were getting a little bit further away than the velocity. I hit a, you know, and obviously there's human error in here to control the actual distance I carry each one, but I was noticing far more run. So backspin with my Pro V1 to start off on average was 5,986. Like I said, I was expecting 6,500 to 7,000 roughly. I don't spin the golf ball that much as well, which is interesting to bear in mind. As we then go down into the tour speed, so as we saw from the start of the video, we go through the packets, not claiming that it's got as much speed, as much spin, or going to spin as much around the greens. 3,800. So we've already dropped there 2,000 RPMs, which, like I say, was quite noticeable in terms of the lands in. The Pro V1 came out a little bit flatter, a bit more penetrating, controlled, not ballooned, but then lands and bites. Then as I go to the velocity, interesting here, there was one outlier shot that causes this number to be a bit higher. 4,800, so 1,000 less than the Pro V, 1,000 more than the tour speed, but there is one at 7,000 there that I really just sort of nicked bottom groove and would get a little bit more spin. The other two were 2,000 and 4,000. Now, obviously I've only hit 3 shots there. We would need to hit hundreds of shots to get a real idea, but for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to see there what those spin numbers would be. I'm going to head over and hit 3 drivers with each now, and it'll be interesting noticing that they jumped off the face as we went down with the from Pro V to velocity. Is that going to happen with driver? Does it mean that I'm going to hit the velocity longer because it sprung off a little bit more and launched higher? Let's go and find out. 3 shots, GC2. Looking at the carry distance is the one here. We'll look at spin numbers as well, but carry distance is the big one that I'm interested in. Let's go. Pro V1 first. Good one to start us out. Ooh, that's a bad one. Interesting set there, but it is what it is. Got to take into account human error. Let's fire on to the tour speed, see what we get there. That's a good golf swing. That's another good one. Okay, 3 with the velocity now. Let's see what we get here. Oh, that was a bad swing. That was a bad swing. Okay, so the results are in. Interesting again, like I say, human error comes into this, and with all that I hit there, I hit 2 generally pretty good ones, and then in each set I hit one that was a little bit bottomy, so pretty fair comparison really. Pro V1, like I say, this is the number we're looking at more, is what I'm basing it on basically, the carry number. Average carry 266.5, very short at the moment, it's freezing cold. We've got 5 jackets on, it's -1 out here. All my excuses in there. But there was one there that I bottomed. I had a 272, a 269.9 and a 257, so that dropped it down dramatically, and that was off the bottom. Spin rate again, 2,800, which is where I'd want to see it a little bit more. With the tour speed, again, I noticed that the ball flight started jumping up a little bit higher again. Carry distance there, I probably hit that set the best, I would say. That was at 274, so that's 8 yards longer than the Pro V. Cheaper golf ball. We saw it was in the middle of the spin as well. Spin on that one, 2,300. Launch angle was a little bit higher at 9. Oh, actually it was slightly lower, 9 degrees. So getting that a bit more spin helped me carry it a little bit further. Then as I go into the velocity, we see the average drop down even more here, 257. I hit 2 pretty well that were 263, 269, they felt middled. But then my spin was getting up more, so that was getting close to 3,000, so that was 2,800 with my spin on that one. Launch angle a little bit lower again, more bottomy if anything, so not the ideal. So does it matter what ball you use? If you're someone who's really looking for ultimate control, I would say yes. But if you're a middle of the road golfer, something that's, you know, down that middle price or towards the bottom, we're not seeing huge differences there in the spin or the carry distance, so I would give that a go and see how you get on from there. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope that answers a little bit of a question for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in your next lesson.